Good morning. On behalf of the One Design Committee, I'm really glad to be here and to present some awards to some very special individuals and organizations. Without the folks that you're going to meet here in a second, our sport really wouldn't exist as it does today. As most of you in the room know, our sport is based on a spirit of volunteerism, and the people you're about to meet exhibit this in spades. U.S. Sailing has 4 different One Design Awards. They date back to the 1980s, so we've been giving them out and honoring people for quite a while. This year, by the way, all the awards are nominated by peers. They're peer-nominated awards. This year we received 28 different nominations for 4 different awards, and I'm really psyched to say that that is practically doubling the number of nominations we received last year. And I would urge you, everybody in this room, and when you go back home to talk to your friends about what happened at the Leadership Forum, to think about people in your community of sailing who are worthy to be nominated for these different awards. We feel as a One Design Committee that it's important that we recognize the people in the world or in our community that make sailing possible for the rest of us. So, for some awards, the first one we're going to give out is the One Design Creativity Award. It celebrates innovation and creativity in the promotion of One Design sailing. Past winners have included unique and new regatta formats, as well as new and innovative products to support sailing. This year's recipient is Eric Bussell from Philo, Illinois. And Eric has created a coaching system allowing the replay of One Design races showing speed, heading, heel angles for multiple boats simultaneously. Oh, there's a little picture of it. It allows it also included in the system is onboard video and audio, as well as overlay of each boat's position on the course. During playback, the competitors and others can comment directly, so all are learning, including people that were not even in the race. Eric's system, which is soon to be hosted at sailboatinstructor.com, shows a lot of promise for helping all sailors in classes and fleets improve in a collaborative way, whether the system was on their boat or not. Congrats, Eric, and I believe you're, please come up.
How's everybody doing? Thank you to everyone who had anything to do with me winning this award. Thank you to U.S. Sailing for everything that you do for our sport. This award is definitely going to make my 7th place ribbon collection put it to shame, for sure. You only win these types of awards if you have good friends and teammates who are willing to try new things and challenge the status quo alongside you. The kind of friends who are willing to try things once if it might help grow your club. Receiving this award is special to me because fellow sailors nominated me, and without me knowing a single thing about it, so very, very sneaky of them. It also helps ease my pain a little bit because I have sunken GoPros and drones all over the country. Now, good ideas are creative and all, but the best ideas are the ones that are followed by results. We certainly need to be open to new and creative ideas and evolve if we want sailing to grow and thrive. Now, I'm a fleet builder, that's who I am, that's what I do. They changed the thing about me, but that's okay. But we went into a little sailing club that was a sinking ship in 2011, and since 2013, it took a couple years to reverse the tide, but 10 years later, the membership has grown 190%, and it was a huge team effort, and it was it's just a huge team effort, and I can't say enough. So I believe if If you're in a situation like that where members and boats are leaving faster than they're coming in, I believe if we can do it, then anybody can bring transformational change to their sailing organization. Now, if you are into fleet building, or if you're just into gadgets or anything like that, I'm going to be at the Flying Scott booth in the forum. We got virtual reality goggles, all kinds of cool stuff. I got my drone. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to talk to you, so please come down and say hi. And thank you everyone for being here. And before I sign off, I'd just like to say thank you to my sailing family, some of those who came down and visited me, those who are going to be watching the video later. Thank you for their support, and thank you for your shared passion for One Design Racing. Thank you for what you're doing, and hopefully I'll get to meet as many of you as possible before my plane leaves tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Our next award is the One Design Club Award. It's given to a yacht club or organized group that has shown effort and leadership in the promotion and growth of One Design sailing. In the spirit of volunteerism, we look for participation that is club or organization-wide. This year's recipient is a previous winner who has clearly not rested on their laurels. In 2002, Mission Bay Yacht Club in San Diego ran a staggering 151 days of One Design racing. In 2002 alone, Mission Bay hosted the High School Pacific Coast Championship and double-handed nationals, plus the U.S. Youth Championship. Also, in addition to that, they hosted the Lido 14 Nationals that had 50 plus boats, the Soling Nationals, and Pacific Coast Championship. In addition to that, Mission Bay has a very robust junior program, hosts 5 active high school sailing teams, and if that were not enough, Mission Bay has recently produced 10 club-level PROs with more in training. Mission Bay in action. And accepting on behalf of Mission Bay is Mission Bay's Vice Commodore Kathy Dryden. And this is a picture of Kathy sailing her Lido. So please come up, Kathy.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Awesome. All right, I have a question for you. How many people in this room grew up sailing with family? That's what I thought, most of us, right? I've been racing Lidos for well over 30 years, and we have a saying in the Lido class, family sailing, family fun. And I'm gonna put that on loan to all the One Design fleets. You can steal that if you want. Because it really does embody One Design sailing, family fun. One Design sailing to me is a combination of an easy, accessible, affordable entry into sailing, combined with the ability for us to share a sport that we really love with the people that we care about the most. Kids like me grow up racing One Design boats, go off to college and sail, and instead of falling out of the sport, which most kids do, we go back to our roots and we go back to sailing. Lidos, thistles, lightnings, snipes, etc. This breeds the next generation of leaders in the sport of sailing. Those leaders will, no doubt, pay it forward, volunteer, join the board of directors, promote the sport of sailing, and do things like fly to Florida to receive awards like this. Mission Bay Yacht Club does One Design sailing right. We are so honored and pleased to be here accepting this award, and I'm happy to be the person to do that. In 2022, as Chris said, we hosted over 150 days of One Design racing. We have 13 One Design fleets, most of which are seeing growth year over year, which basically means there's more butts in boats, there's more boats on the starting line, there's more beer and burgers being bought at our club, and most importantly, there's more access to people trying sailing. The special thing about sailing is that it really is a lifetime sport. I grew up racing with my grandfather. We raced until he was 90 years old. And we said, I raced for 30 years, which means I obviously was very young when I started. No matter what your age, There are limitless jobs, and sometimes they're thankless in the world of racing, as we know. I'm here on behalf of our club to thank our members who volunteer to be PROs, to do race committee, to fix boats, handle registration, parking, lodging, meals. All of that goes into hosting these regattas. Also, here to thank our junior director and our head coach who are here with us today, because they are the beginning of sailing for kids. And of course, to our management and staff and our board of directors for their leadership and their unbridled enthusiasm. This is your award, these people. We thank each and every one of you because you were the ones that did the work to make magic happen in the racing world at MBYC. So on behalf of Mission Bay Yacht Club, I'd like to say that we really appreciate U.S. Sailing's support of One Design Sailing, and we will continue to be a leader in this sport for all the other clubs in the country. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Our next award is the One Design Regatta Award. And I'm giving it away there a little bit, but this award recognizes an outstanding event in the promotion of participation in One Design Sailing. The award also recognizes creativity in the management and running of a One Design Regatta. Past winners have included Charleston Race Week and the E-Scout Blue Chip Regatta. This year, the award is given to Kristen Zillman and the San Diego Yacht Club for creating and hosting the Women's Winter Invitation. Started in 2018, the WWI is 2 days of fun, women-only racing and camaraderie right off the dock in the La Playa Basin in San Diego. It's a very small area if you've ever been there. The regatta uses the club's fleet-owned J22 fleet, club-owned fleet. The event is limited to 24 teams and is regularly oversubscribed. Participation has grown to include sailors from all parts of the country and some international teams, and it's sailed in a round-robin format with those not sailing cheering from shore. Extracurricular activities have been known to, and I know for sure they include morning yoga and a mimosa bar. It all takes place in February in Southern California, where it's nice and warm usually, and there's not a lot of sailing in the other parts of the country. Chris cannot be here today to accept the award because the regatta actually starts tomorrow. But she sent a few words that I'll just try to read for her. At the end of January for the last 5 years, when most of the country is covered in snow, 24 teams have gathered in San Diego to race J22s around giant pink flamingos. We averaged sailors from 16 states and country, some international competitors each year. Chris noted the women-only aspect is incredible because although each team is here to win, every single woman is supportive of everyone else. Some competitors were initially drawn to the event for networking opportunities like evening parties hosted by women business owners or housing with local sailors. Some first just signed up to escape the freezing winter. The notice of race notes that the priority will go to teams coming from the coldest climates. And some come just to check out the shoreside activities, including yoga, mimosa bar, sushi, masseuses. It sounds pretty good to me. The short course round-robin racing and frequent boat stops make for excellent spectating, and it's not uncommon for friends and family to anchor out near the race course and cheer teams as they round each mark, or rather flamingo. Last year, a competitor shared that her team quickly saw the magic of this regatta. Anyhow, on behalf of Chris Zillman, Becky Ashburn, Summer Green, who are the organizers of the regatta, they wish they could be here, but they are busy making the regatta happen this year. So they would like to thank our committee and thank you for listening. The final award, and I believe, I don't know if Nancy's, would you like awardees to come up afterwards? Okay, so if everybody was winning an award, if they could return up here, that'd be great for a picture. Our last award is the John Gardiner Service and Leadership Award, and it recognizes outstanding efforts by an individual in the promotion of participation in well-designed sailing. John Gardiner was a gentleman who created a regatta called the Red Lobster Cup, which some of you may remember. It was held about this time of year in Central Florida in the 1980s, and it attracted over 600 sailors each year. It was quite an event. And the focus on the regatta was multi-class. There were a lot of clinics. They invited professional sailors, America's Cup level sailors, to come and be instructors throughout the 2 or 3 days of the regatta. And John did this all before the internet, so it was really quite something that he accomplished. This year's awardee of the John Gardiner Service Award is Rob Bowden from Charleston, South Carolina. Since 2017, Rob has been the district secretary of ILCA Laser District 12, comprising North and South Carolina and Georgia. At the time Rob took over, attendance was waning, and with regattas in the district struggling to get more than 10 boats. Under Rob's leadership, participation is now greatly improved, with over 150 sailors participating in the district's overall series. Rob has done this by, among other things, promoting clinics for sailors of all levels, consistent communication, and by encouraging junior sailors in the ILCA 4 and 6 fleets. As one of Rob's nominators put it, Rob is a humble, down-to-earth, unassuming leader who maintains a natured approach to any challenge. He sees the best in everyone and strives to be inclusive and encouraging at all times. Rob, on behalf of all of us, thank you for your efforts, and please come up to accept your award.
Wow, this is pretty amazing. Thank you very much. First and foremost, this would not be possible were it not for the support of my wife and my son, Ben and Allison, sitting in the room. As we all know, the ILCA is a single-handed boat, so it's not like we're out sailing with our families, but fortunately mine allow me to drag them along and take them places, and here is one of them. So thank you all, love you guys. This is amazing. So to try to stay within 2 minutes, I am incredibly honored to be nominated by my peers from the ILCA NA, and particularly District 12 and the Sarah regional body, our local regional body, for this award. While I've put forth substantial effort during the past 5 years to rebuild and grow ILCA sailing in D12, nothing would have happened had it not been for the support and actions of my peers. The adult sailors, the junior sailors, the supporting parents, and our in-between age group of sailors who answered the multiple calls to action. Participating in our sport takes incredible dedication, planning, significant expense, and has its shares of highs and lows. Definitely it's not for the faint of heart. I could easily make a 30-minute presentation out of what we have done between 2017 and 2022. I'm happy to share the whole story with anyone who would like to listen. It has been a journey that I'm thankful for and most proud of in my 43 years in the sport. I will wrap up with some action words and some statistics that highlight what D12 has experienced. Key words: communication, inclusion, promotion, participation, and recognition. Some statistics: between 2017 and 2022, D12 went from one of the smallest districts, one of the smallest ILCA districts in North America, to one of the top 3 districts. We had 75 total participating sailors in 2017, and in 2022 we've grown to 150. We had 15 class members participating in 2018, and in 22 we're up to 99. From our Grand Prix event in August of 2022, we renewed and newly registered 29 ILCA class members. And also in 2022, 10 new members joined the class so they could qualify for our end of the year overall district standings awards. Thank you so much again to everyone who has pitched in along the way to make D12 such a success. and to make this award possible.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and that concludes the awards. And I just again would like to thank everybody that put in a nomination this year and encourage you to put one in for this year. Thank you.